What is up, y'all? This past weekend, I surprised my wife with an overnight date away from home. Something that we haven't done in a very long time. And it was absolutely fantastic. The reason it was so fantastic was that we got to talk. I mean, really talk. We talked about where we are in life right now, as a couple, as parents, and individually. We talked about where we were and how we got to where we are now. We talked about our hopes and dreams for the future and ways to get there. We even talked about our kids, which used to be taboo for us on a date night, but it was so good and productive. It was real, true communication that was much needed. And that's what I want to talk about today. Communication. Real communication, which can apply to every area of our lives, whether personal or work relationships. Have you ever heard communication is key? It's so true, because it unlocks the ability for people to relate to each other. It unlocks better problem solving, and quite simply, it unlocks understanding. You may ask, what does real and effective communication look like, though? Is it different for our personal versus our work relationships? To answer the second question, absolutely. Communication is different in all of our relationships. And you know why? Because everyone is different. Makes sense, right? Let's go back to the first question, though. What does real and effective communication look like? Although everyone is different, and communication looks different in all relationships, there are some things that we can do across the board to communicate better with everyone. There are two different sides to communication: the speaker and the listener. And both play important parts. When we're the speaker in a conversation, it's important that we remember that it's our job to help the other person understand the information that we're trying to convey. So often we forget this part and just try to get all of our words out. But the whole reason for speaking should be to help them understand the message, which takes patience and an understanding of their verbal and nonverbal cues that tell us whether they're even getting it or not. Sometimes we may have to ask questions like, does that make sense? To get some kind of feedback. The listening side is a whole other animal. Most people find this part the most difficult because it takes shutting our mouths, right? Turning off our brains in a way, and being more patient than a lot of us think we even can be. But I want to encourage you that you can do it. Here are a couple of tips that might help. First, remember, they are the focus, not all the answers and thoughts that you have rolling around in your head. Focus on them by taking notes, but ask them if they mind first, which is just respectful. Take notes so you can remember and repeat back what they said. This helps them to know that you are listening and that you care about what they're saying. Then, remember that posturing, eye contact, and body language say a lot. Create an open posture toward the person. Don't close yourself off. Maintain eye contact that is comfortable for both of you. Don't get creepy. 3 to 5 seconds is usually good. Then look away and re-engage. Then use body language that invites them into the conversation and lets them know that you're interested in what they're saying. Practice these simple things to have more real and more effective communication. And hey, contact me if you want to talk about more. Think about it.